Welcome back to Views with Hughes, your Jennifer News. I'm Jerome Hughes, the creator and founder of the channel. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel and go ahead and click the bell notification so that way you'll be alerted of new uploads and updates. All right, so right now I'm going to start doing overnight news, things that were discussed the night before into the morning after. Okay, so I'm going to talk about two things from Disney, one from the Warner Brothers Discovery call from the Q2 earnings webcast. Okay, so first off, I'm going to talk about John Boyega, the Star Wars star. John Boyega stated he's not interested in doing any unoriginal Marvel movies. Okay, he also stated that it's hard to top Iron Man. Okay, so he's actually admitting that the current stuff that they're putting out there is not even original. Okay, it's just it might mean that he could they might have him to replace a white superhero or playing a different superhero that might be black. But either way, the content that they're putting out there is not even original anymore. Okay, so he stated that it's hard to top it. When he was doing an interview with Men's Health magazine, he was asked if there was any truth to the rumors about him putting on a new spandex suit to play a Marvel superhero. Like, over the years, they whispered roles for the actor, including Blade, Dr. Voodoo, and most recently Nova. Okay, but he declared that that's not in his vision right now. Okay, he also stated that I want to do nuanced things, and I want to donate my services to original indie films that come with new, fresh ideas, because I know it's hard to top Iron Man in that universe. So he also stated that he wants to continue not only in the indie industry, but he wants to go ahead and disrupt the industry itself to make history. Okay, this far he found that nothing changed. This was according to them asking his agent / former drama teacher. Okay, so Disney has, well, not Disney per se, but it was Lucasfilm that's done him wrong because of the fact that they throughout the movies, you know, he started off with like a leading role, and then they started casting him to the side after when Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker. Okay, so as you all can also see here, as I discussed in the video where I mentioned that people who are not from the West, like countries from around the world, they don't want Western content like that, because if you look here, yes, they wanted the new Star Wars movie, but if you take a look in this poster on the left, you see John Boyega in the lightsaber. On this side, he's removed. Okay, that's because China doesn't want to see any black actors on the movie posters that's being promoted itself. Okay, all right, on to more Disney news. She-Hulk director Kat Coiro confirmed that the series on Disney Plus will be developed focused on inclusivity and making sure that the story was told through the female lens. All right. So in an interview with Entertainment Weekly, she was asked about having a team of women behind the camera how it influenced the series production, and the director answered, "I would be so excited on the day when she was excited that one day it was not going to be a big deal." Okay. Now, she definitely stated that it was definitely something we talked about inclusivity and making sure that the story was told through the female lens. And the comic books have traditionally been in the art been through the male gaze. And so there was a lot of talk about what is the female gaze and how do we create this from our point of view. Okay, so that shows the political narrative that she gave, as well as what Marvel Studios and Disney is giving us. Okay, and that's something that a lot of us, with a lot of women included, stating that we don't want that, you know. And it's like the director revealed that one thing I always come back to was one of the wish fulfillment elements of getting to see her walking down a dark alley and someone gives her a hard time and she's able to kick their butts. All right. Like I said before, I am not against female superheroes. Okay. There's comics that shows female superheroes taking the lead. All right. But I only like it when it's done right. Like I said in previous videos, She-Hulk was the first comic book that I've ever read, and this was the reason why I got into comic books in the first place. But Disney and Marvel Studios is just putting out their political narrative to further the status quo of Hollywood and Washington, D.C. Okay. She also further continued stating it was something that every single woman could relate to, any woman of any age, and how exciting it would be to walk home in a dark alley and not worry. She-Hulk is able to walk home even while wearing headphones and not worry because she has the power to not feel vulnerable physically. And I think that's a pretty unique thing that only a group of women could have brought to this, among other much more nuanced things as well. Okay. Now, I've also reported before that they changed the origin stories on it, and also the fact that, you know, they're going to make her out to be better than Bruce Banner. But you also notice that they've always doubled down and changed their different narratives just to get people to watch it. I've also shared with you all before how they've like made a lot of included a lot of cameos, so that way more people can watch it after the horrible ratings of Miss Marvel. Okay, so they got worried, and now they're doubling, tripling down on the modern day politics. All right, and it's like they haven't learned the lessons of others, or it could be the fact that all of this was planned years before, and now they put so much money into this that it's too late to go ahead and change it. Well, now they're about to see those consequences because there may be a lot of people once again tuning out of the series itself. And at the end, they're going to blame men when it wasn't only men that tuned out. And last but not least, more story on the Warner Brothers Q2 call, where Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav promised the company is going to not put a movie out there unless we believe in it. Okay. But he also stated that The Flash is still slated for release. Okay, so I'm also going to share the notes that was from that earnings call because I tuned into it myself. Okay, so David Zaslav, after the decision to cancel Batgirl was made as part of a renewed effort by the company to not put a movie out unless we believe in it. So as y'all remember, Batgirl was canceled. It was put on the shelf because at the screen test, a lot of people were just basically tuning out. They was clearly showing a lack of interest in the movie itself. So not only are they going to focus on putting out their content after the screen test, but they're going to make sure that it's content that they believe in. So in other words, it sounds like they're starting to go back to the original roots, the foundation of how they do in Hollywood whenever they put stuff out there. They focus on quality instead of quantity. Okay. And also when asked about Barbara Gordon's solo outing during the Q&A portion of the company's quarterly earnings call, Zaslav explained that its release did not align with the company's new focus on quality over quantity for DC films. All right. Our ambition is to bring Warner back and produce great high quality films. As we look at the opportunities that we have broadly, DC is one of the top of the list for us. You look at Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman. These are brands that are known everywhere around the world. Now, he's actually showing that, you know, he's actually proven that because he fired the CEO of Warner. He also fired others, and Walter Hamada, he's still working there, but he doesn't have as much power as he used to. So he stripped him of that sense of power to put out their content that's focused on a lot of quantity instead of the quality of the story itself. Okay. So now it was also announced that HBO Max and Discovery Plus are going to merge into one streaming platform. Okay. So, and I was also amazed about the from the Q2 calls where they broke down the differences between HBO Max and Discovery Plus, where they showed that HBO Max was more male skewed, and then Discovery Plus was female skewed. HBO Max scripted, Discovery Plus unscripted. HBO Max makes you lean in, Discovery Plus makes you lean back. And then it's also HBO Max, meaning appointment viewing, whereas Discovery Plus make it comfort viewing. So those appointment viewing means that, you know, you have to watch it. Discovery Plus meaning that, you know, you need to watch it, you want to watch it, okay? And then there was also the home, HBO Max described as the home of fandoms. That is correct, because there's like a lot of DC content. It's like separated to different categories. If you have a HBO Max subscription, you know what I'm talking about. They have separated into Cartoon Network, Studio Hbo, what else? DC as well, and other content. And then Discovery Plus is home of genredoms, where there's reality, documentaries, so on and so forth. Okay. So, right. And also stated that he announced the kind of plan that they're going to have and the time length it's going to be. All right. So I'm going to read for you all the different notes that were put out there from the call itself that I've also picked up on. I tried my best to get all of them, and it's a repeat. Some of them repeat what was discussed in the last article. So HBO Max and Discovery Plus going to merge onto one platform, because it's going to be all about working together, all as one. Okay, and it's also going to provide a possible free streaming service, just like Roku does. Okay, it's going to be tailored with ads, the content's going to be free, so on and so forth. Game of Thrones, he also reported that the viewership on HBO Max has been up. Okay, so people has been viewing that, but he didn't state that, you know, if it was like the first few seasons or if it was the whole series in total. All right, he's also stated that they're putting emphasis on scaling smartly. And then he also made known of the priorities that the company now has. That includes where he says that they're going to produce compelling and diverse content powered by the best storytellers, maximize content value with broad monetization strategy, and operate as one company with one mission. Two of those I can best answer to. One of them I got concerns. We're going to start the one that says I got concerns about, what says produce compelling and diverse content powered by the best storytellers. Does this mean that they're actually going to actually dig deep and find the best storytellers who can tell the stories in the manner we want, or they're just going to basically go out there and find somebody based on the word of mouth from the Hollywood elites in Washington, D.C.? That's my concern about it, okay? Will it be woke or will it be different, okay? But I'm confident about the maximize content value with broad monetization strategy. In other words, they want to make content to make money, okay? And then operate as one company with one mission, okay? So the part where it talked about making the best content audience that will help the company make more money, him as well as other tools in that call threw Jason Kilar under the bus. That was the reason why he was fired, because of the fact that he was putting out their content that didn't help them make money. He focused on quantity instead of quality, okay? Often people would get the two mixed up, especially in Hollywood, and we've seen that in recent years, okay? Also, CNN will not end, but instead it'll be overhauled. It's not going to be politically biased. He stated it's going to be apolitical. He's going to reach out to both Democrats and Republicans. That's his hope, his aim, and he will make it more apolitical and not keep it the political advocates that it is being to this day. Okay. There was no mention of any coming layoffs or stuff like that, but he did mention that he's aiming to continue saving the company $3 billion. Okay. And 2023 will be a transition year for the company itself. And there wasn't much detail about the DC universe itself, but he hints that the call was given from Zaslav. All right. So Zaslav's making those decisions with the assistance of Alan Horn and others. All right. So I believe the company is also in $6 billion in debt, but they're aiming to have it paid off by the end of this month. And then from the questions portion, the first question out the bat: about the cancellation of Batgirl, because and this came from the big money executive investor companies. I wanna say this came from Deutsche Bank, I believe. Asking about the Batgirl cancellation, he answered that they intend to bring Warner back with DC to the top of the list, and he also planned on doing a reset with the 10-year plan to focus on DC, emphasizing on the hiring of Alan Horn to assist him with that. He's also going to focus on quality, not releasing a film until it's in good quality. In other words, they actually believe in it. Okay. And then they also discussed the different models about it. And I wish I got the notes for that, because I was just mind blown about the stuff that they was putting out there. Also talked about upcoming films, including The Flash, but he also said that they may try to save it. Okay. What did he mean by that? I'm not really sure. It could be that, that it doesn't mean that will there be a possibility of recasting Ezra Miller, or no, or they're just going to keep him in there but make this his last film. I don't know. Okay, so they're also measuring the direct to streaming movies, where expensive films would not go directly to streaming. All right, so that's all that I have for you all out there for the overnight news. If you enjoyed what was shared in this video, please smash that like button. And also, if I went wrong anywhere in this video, please let me know in the comments below, and also with valuable corrections. And also, let me know your thoughts about this whole thing with John Boyega, with the She-Hulk. Let me know your thoughts about both of those issues with Disney, and let me know your thoughts about Warner Brothers Discovery. Do you have new hopes for DC now? Are you leaning more towards DC now than Marvel and other franchises? And also, if you haven't done so, please follow this channel and also click the bell notification, so that way you'll be updated to newer uploads and updates, and you'll receive alerts on your phones and other devices. Until then, peace.